My business trip ended a day early. A canceled session meant I could catch the red-eye home, surprising Sarah and our 3-year-old daughter, Chloe. The thought of seeing their faces light up was the only thing keeping me awake. As I navigated the airport, I didn't call. I wanted to see the surprise. The flight was uneventful. I landed just after p.m. The city lights a familiar welcome. I got a taxi, the fatigue melting away with every mile that brought me closer to home. I pictured Chloe's toys scattered in the living room, Sarah maybe reading in bed, the comfortable, quiet chaos of our life. I paid the driver and walked up the path to our house, my key feeling like a promise in my hand. The house was dark, which was strange. Sarah's car was in the driveway, but no lights were on. Maybe she'd gone to bed early. A flicker of disappointment. I wanted to see her awake, but the surprise would still be sweet. I slid my key into the lock as quietly as I could, pushed the door open, and stepped inside. The silence felt heavy, wrong. Then I heard it, a sound from upstairs. Not the TV, a soft, feminine moan. My blood ran cold. My feet were rooted to the spot in the dark hallway. It came again, followed by a low, male laugh I didn't recognize. Every cell in my body screamed in denial. This wasn't happening. This was a nightmare. I forced my legs to move, climbing the stairs one creaking step at a time. My heart a frantic drum in my ears. The door to our bedroom was ajar. A sliver of light cut across the dark hallway. I didn't want to look. I had to look. I moved closer, my breath held, and peered through the crack. The world stopped. I saw Sarah, my Sarah. Her head was thrown back in a way I knew intimately, but it wasn't for me. A man I had never seen was with her, in our bed. The bed we had chosen together, where we'd whispered our dreams, where we'd comforted Chloe after bad dreams. The image seared itself into my brain, an instant, permanent scar. I must have made a sound, a choked gasp, because her eyes snapped open. They met mine across the room. The shock in her gaze was instantaneous, followed by a wave of pure, undiluted horror. "Mark," she screamed. I didn't wait. I turned and ran. I stumbled down the stairs, my vision blurring, and slammed out the front door into the cool night air. I just started walking, my legs carrying me without any conscious thought. I walked for blocks, the image replaying over and over. Her face, his face, our bed. My phone started buzzing in my pocket. Sarah. I ignored it. It buzzed again and again. Then it stopped. A text message lit up the screen. "Please, come back. Let me explain." There was nothing to explain. The evidence was burned onto my retinas. I found a small, dimly lit bar a few miles from the house and went inside. I ordered a whiskey. I didn't taste and sat in a corner booth, staring at the wood grain of the table. The numbness was beginning to wear off, and a pain so acute was taking its place that I could barely breathe. How long? Who was he? The questions were like rats, gnawing at the foundations of my sanity. After an hour, I knew I had to go back. I had to face it. I walked home, each step heavier than the last. The house was now fully lit. I walked in. She was sitting on the sofa, wrapped in a robe, her face pale and streaked with tears. She looked like a ghost of the woman I loved. "Mark," she began, her voice trembling. "Don't," I said, my own voice a ragged whisper. "Just don't." "Where is Chloe?" "Asleep, at my mom's. I took her there after I thought." She broke down into sobs. It was a mistake. It meant nothing. Those words. The oldest, most hollow clutch in the world. It meant nothing, I repeated, a cold fury rising in me. "You brought him into our home, into our bed, where our daughter sleeps with us on Saturday mornings. That doesn't mean nothing, Sarah. That means everything is broken." She cried harder, offering fragments of excuses. She felt lonely. I was always working. It just happened. I listened, but I didn't hear her. I was just waiting for her to stop. When she finally fell silent, exhausted, I spoke. "I want you to leave tonight." Her head shot up. "Where will I go?" "I don't care," I said, and I meant it. "But you will not be here in the morning when I wake up. You will not be here when I have to explain to our daughter why mommy isn't home." She looked at me, truly seeing the finality in my eyes. She nodded slowly, a broken movement, and went upstairs to pack. I sat in the living room, in the silence of the home we had built. I looked at the pictures on the walls, our wedding, Chloe's birth, family vacations. They all felt like lies now, scenes from a play I hadn't known we were acting in. She came down with the suitcase, unable to look at me. "I'm so sorry, Mark," she whispered. I didn't reply. I just watched her walk out the